fly we're putting together today is very easy. Anybody will be able to make it, and it uses one of my favorite materials, ordinary craft store sheet foam, which is easy to get and easy to use. If you stick with me to the end of the video, you'll be able to put this fly together, and I also have links to the other flies in this sheet foam series that I've created that you can watch. Please go to the description, and there are links to the other fly tying series that I've done on my channel. And as always, thanks for watching. So this is our fly for today. It's just a really simple ant using sheet foam. It floats like a cork. It's simple to tie. Here's how we do it. So the first step, it's the same for a lot of sheet foam flies, is I'm just going to cut a piece of sheet foam. And I use my desk scissors so I can get a nice longer straight cut. So we've got the piece of sheet foam. It's probably about 1/8 of an inch wide or so. And I'm going to take a bodkin, go right in the middle, and give myself enough room and poke a hole. Okay, so we got a number 14 hook, which we're going to put through the hole we made. Can you make the hole with the hook? Yeah, I'm sure you could, but I think it's a little easier doing it by making the hole first. So we've got a finer thread than I usually use. We've got 14-0, and we're just going to make a good thread base all the way down to the hook point. Right, like that. Trim it off. If you look at an ant, they have kind of a bulbous rear section to them. They have a skinny middle section, and they have kind of a bigger head section. So we're going to do the rear section first. I'm going to come over the doubled over foam. Get that started. And I'm going to make that good and tight, like that. So for the front part, I'm going to trim this bottom piece just below the hook eye. And pull the top piece back, and we're going to bind that whole bottom section down tight. Try to keep it right on the bottom, and it's going to take a lot of wraps because it's 14-0 thread. We'll bind that in. Bind it down tight and bring our thread back to here. Okay, so for this one, and when you tie flies, you should do this. I had some leftover copper flash that I was using on streamers, and I saved it, and now I'm going to get to use it. So I think the copper is a nice contrasting color for this. Gives it just a little bit of bling, which I'm finding I'm doing on more and more of my trout flies. So we'll take one strand of this, and we're going to do the same thing you would do like with hopper legs. We're going to put right on the side. We'll just do a couple wraps. Now we're going to spin it over. We'll do another leg right on the side. Do a couple wraps. And I'm going to bring this back over, pull those guys back, and I'm going to take my top section and bind that down up to about there, just behind the hook eye. And I want to get that all in tight. That looks pretty good. So now our last leg, once I get a hold of it, and I'm going to put that up in the front. And pull everything back. Head for the fly. Do a whip finish. And we'll just trim that off. Okay, so we got legs going every which way, which is okay. We are going to, it could use super glue, but head cement should work just as well. Put some head cement on that. So now I'm going to take curved scissors and I'm going to do this front part. Okay, so we did the foam. And we're just going to do the legs. All is said and done, you got an ant. And this thing floats like a cork. I would put fly floating on it though, because if you get a fish, it's going to slime it up. And with sheet foam, it'll cause the fly to sink. So if you put a little floating on it, it should float really well. And when you look at it from the underside, you got that midsection, skinny midsection, and the two end sections just like the real thing. It's really easy to make.